Next up, we got Maryna Moroz versus Mariya Agapova. Now, I don't know what to say about this one. Could it be the most exciting fight on the card? I mean, you've got such bad blood. You've got Moroz saying that she's got like videos and screenshots of Mariya threatening her life, doing drugs, videos of it all. It's just, there's so much to be told about the darkness between these two that to think this is the card, ATT's got some serious beef going on around there, but we haven't seen Maryna fight since March 14th of 2020. And for my parts, I mean, that's the day before the pandemic really got, real for us out here in Toronto and surrounding parts. But, she's basically had visa and paperwork issues. She's been training the entire time, couldn't find ways to get over here. She is a Ukraine native, so she's got a lot of things on her plate right now. And, all the best to her and the people of Ukraine. That's a very serious situation over there. And she's finding ways to make it back and get her career going. And you really have to think that, despite the lack of real activity, she's fought some really good UFC talent. You talk about Tisha Torres. You talk about Sabina Mazo being a very real springboard for both these girls. I mean, Sabina Mazo was also a Super Saiyan pick that I did not like against Agapova. And we can talk about that right now. I mean, the debut to the sophomore performance to then that, come back to reality, if you will. She looked absolutely phenomenal in her most recent performance. And to call up Moroz the way she did, you can tell she's ready to just get her life back on track. And I think that was what we wanted to see. I can remember the original line for that Mariya Agapova fight before the Dobson fight. If not, it was the Dobson fight. I saw minus 1,600 for that one. And it's really interesting to think, like, it's so unheard of at that level for there to be something like a Makachev line, you know what I mean? And I was shocked by Dobson pulled off a very smart game plan, and I think that's where you're starting to see smart fighters get a lot smarter, especially a fighter like Agapova. Now, I think that this is also going to come down to cardio. I think Mariya has shown areas where if she doesn't have to fight that style of fight, she kind of keeps her wits about her and her gas tank stays strong. But when she does have to grapple a lot more, when she does have to work her way back to her feet from her back, it seems like that does tire her out a bit more. And we've seen that with a lot of fighters. I think Conor McGregor was the big one that I always used to preach before that Diaz fight. But in this one, let's talk about Moroz in that sense. One of the worst fights I've ever seen, and I put it on in my Instagram. I don't think I could ever say I was that disappointed in a fight or I thought a fight was terrible. I really can't sit through anything, to be quite honest. But Danielle Taylor and Maryna Moroz, I mean, there's rounds where the significant striking accuracy is in the single digits. I mean, they throw almost, I don't even know, over 100. They land less than 10 to 15% over the course of the fight. I think there's less than 30 strikes in total in the entire 3 rounds combined from both fighters. I mean, it's something to watch. If you haven't checked it out, feel free. Danielle Taylor versus Maryna Moroz. That should be your bar for what the UFC caliber fight should be. Anything above that, you should have a smile on your face. But yeah, this fight, I mean, as much as bad blood is there, it's a very tough fight to call. I think that Maryna is going to bring a lot more technique. I think that Maryna is going to bring a lot more technique, a lot more flair in terms of the accuracy, the landing, that style. But Agapova has that lunging, powerful. She finds ways to land at a volume, and I think that's where you're going to find her either find ways to take it to the ground if she needs to, or start using combos and land at volume, find a way to win. For me, I'm just going to go pick them. I don't know what else to say about this fight. I just think that whoever might find some ground success in this fight would be the eventual winner. I think that that's the right way to look at it. So let's take a look at the line. I'm going to say pick them. I really have no other idea other than that. So yeah, I guess, minus 140 plus 115 was the opening line. I think minus 140 in MMA, I mean, it's not a pick 'em by any means, neither is plus 115, but plus 115 coming down to that plus 110. I mean, that plus 110 to plus 105 is pretty much the lowest underdog to a pick 'em you can get, but it's jumping. Mariya's getting some serious juice. She's now as high as a minus 225 on some places, and Marina's coming in almost a plus 160, plus 170 underdog. Probably at this point, maybe people got wind of that Instagram account and started going the other way. I don't know if it is, but if you haven't checked out that Maryna Moroz account, that's got to be one of the weirdest accounts out there. But in any case, I think it's going to be a strong stand-up battle between both these ladies. I do think whoever finds that way to the ground and maybe steals some control time, steals some points from the judges, that's probably going to be the winner of this one.